I'm most honored to be invited here today from FICCI, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity for the discussion amongst all of the leaders of industry here today. This is a critical juncture, as Maria already highlighted, that the question of whether or not climate is going to impact us is already a foregone conclusion. We see it every day in our communities here in India and as well as globally. And we see that businesses worldwide are also reevaluating their role in addressing these climate and global challenges. So today we're here to discuss this timely question, really essential to the future of our economy, our individual businesses, but also our societies and our planet. In the past, sustainability and profitability were often seen as opposing forces, and businesses were traditionally driven by a pure focus on maximizing shareholder value, and sometimes at the expense of environmental health and social equity. But today we live in a world where these two objectives must coexist, and I'm sure that all of you as business leaders have that kind of tension in your own discussions internally. But now the key question is how we can align sustainability with the economic goals of business so that they reinforce rather than undermine each other. And the IFC, as an international institutional investor, we're part of the World Bank Group. We see sustainability in the environmental, social, and governance sphere as a core part of any financial sustainability as well. So you can't really, in the modern world, have one without the other. Let me give a few examples why sustainability is no longer an optional agenda for any corporation. First is market demand. We see that customers, particularly younger customers, but I think all of us, increasingly favor brands and products that prioritize environmental and social responsibility and want to understand the full impact of our purchases. Second, the regulatory landscape is also changing quickly. I think all of us are very much aware of that, and earlier before the event started, we were just discussing around the EPR and the requirements around recycling that have come into place here in India in the last few years. So governments are increasingly enforcing stricter standards, and India is very much amongst that group of governments. Investors are also placing a very strong emphasis on sustainability metrics alongside financial metrics. As I mentioned, IFC, we are directly a commercial investor, and we're just one example, and we've been doing this for our 60 years of our existence. But I think we often see now very much pure private capital focusing just as much on environmental and sustainability indicators. And the reason is because of the last point, is that operational resilience. So any business that is not considering the impact of floods, heat, also the regulation and the requirements of a growing challenges to the climate is not going to have a clear understanding of the business operational risks as well. So I think these are the sort of risk management, but also opportunity challenges that any business must undertake in integrating sustainability into business strategy. Finally, I just want to highlight a few emerging trends that I think will be touched on in the discussion today in some ways. One is the need for more circular economy models, looking at how all of the inputs are then reutilized, reused, because a circular economy is something that is inherently important for us. If we constantly are creating more waste, then we are constantly building a bigger problem for ourselves in the future. The second is green financing and new kind of structures that are providing more green financing. This is happening at the domestic financial sector here in India, but also globally. Mind you, of course, we all pay attention to the news, and COP, there's a feeling there's not enough green financing. But yet there still is, here in India for sure, a strong emphasis from many financial institutions to finance green enterprises and green projects. And this is very much backed by the Reserve Bank of India. Looking at a broader space, we see things like sustainability-linked loans is an important financial product that is becoming quite important when it comes to sustainability. And IFC has worked on many sustainability-linked loans in sectors, a variety of sectors. Some of them the hard-to-abate sectors that Maria mentioned, like the paint sector with Grasim. We've also done sustainability-linked loans in infrastructure space as well as in real estate with Mindspace, with Capital Land. So increasingly we see that sustainability-linked lending and sustainability-linked bonds are an important financial product and a financial tool that can incorporate the desired targets and metrics of the particular company. So it's not putting one size fits all into sustainability. It's providing a framework that a company chooses what its own sustainability pathway is and its own sustainability metrics, and achieving those will give a benefit from the financier. So that's just one example, but green financing has a plethora of new options that are coming into the mainstream. The third trend that I think is extraordinarily important, may not be immediately obvious, but is digital transformation. We all see here in India over the last decade, 15 years, the important changes that have happened based on the strong digital integration into all parts of society. So using digital transformation will be increasingly important in also the sustainability agenda. Leveraging AI, the Internet of Things, IoT, and things like blockchain to optimize both energy efficiency as well as resource tracking will improve resource utilization, and increasingly that's also how both financiers, government, and buyers will track sustainability metrics.